All right, here we go. It's my honor to have Craig Hodges, two-time NBA champion with the Bulls, two-time three-point contest winner, and lifetime social activist. Welcome to Vlad TV.
Oh man, it's an honor and a privilege, brother. And you seeing your work from afar, and the fact that you have some very conscious people is something I think is needed and necessary, combined with all the madness that's going on in the mainstream media during this period of time when we need consciousness and truth, especially with the pandemic. And for us, we have to make sure that we come out of this a much more stronger, mature people, and willing to make some not only sacrifices, but I think it's time for us to come together on a whole nother level, man.
I definitely agree, and thank you for those compliments. So this is our first time here. Let's go ahead and start in the beginning. So you grew up in Chicago Heights.
Right. And, during that period of time, I tell people how blessed I was for my soul to come down in the Hodges household, to come down in where I grew up at Lincoln Highway and Fifth Avenue is considered the term during the 60s was the crossroads of the nation. That Lincoln Highway went cross country, and that we saw a lot. We saw a lot of things during the 60s, especially from the standpoint of progress that was made through struggle, through us realizing at a time, especially our parents and grandparents who realized that they wanted us to have a better life. And the only way we could do that was through protests and through civil rights moves that were made. And I was blessed that my family was a part of that. And that put me on a path that I think, a lot of people, when they looked at my career, they would look back and be like, man, why did you get on that? But it was something that I was blessed to have, and it became a passion of mine early in life.
Okay, and your mom was heavily involved in the
Absolutely.
civil rights movement.
Absolutely. And to me, when I remember in a marketing campaign, Charles Barkley talked about him not being a role model. And I could understand where he was coming from because I did have those primary role models in my life. My mom was the secretary for the Civil Rights Organization. My granddad was part of the union organizing during the 60s. So I was blessed to have a social consciousness within the household that was not always pressed upon you, but it was always inferred. And you would see by some of the movements that were going on, whether it be granddad doing his organizing or whether me going with my mom to, the civil rights movement meetings, and to be able to sit there and listen and see real life leadership, not something that was kind of coaxed upon you or something that was taught to you, but something that you grew up as part of your childhood. And that part of my life was as important as, playing baseball, because during that time we would have times when we didn't really know that we were actually boycotting anything. We were just going out handing flyers, and we had a stack of flyers that we had to hand out before we could go play baseball. So it was a good balance for me.